A Mexican businessman may have supplanted Bill Gates of Microsoft as the world's richest man. Carlos Slim is said to be worth more than $60 billion. As Lisa Sylvester reports, it's a glaring example of the lopsided distribution of wealth in Mexico.
There are two Mexicos, one of abject poverty. 20% of the population lives below the poverty line, and nearly 10% lives on less than $1 a day, according to figures from the United Nations. The other Mexico is thriving. Pesos and dollars are abundant, the world of the elite class. Among them is Carlos Slim, a Mexican billionaire who, according to Reuters, has a bigger fortune than even Bill Gates, making him now the richest man in the world.
In Latin America, where inequality has been so deep and persistent, inequality signals to most people, at least according to my research, persistent advantage for the rich and persistent disadvantage for the poor. It's not a signal of equal opportunities.
Mexico's wealth gap has been closing in the last decade, but not fast enough. The North American Free Trade Agreement led to farmers leaving for factories in the north, only for those job opportunities to close off when jobs moved to lower wage countries like China. The nation's poverty crisis is fueling illegal immigration to the United States. The group Numbers USA calls it exporting poverty, a trend that cannot continue.
What we saw in the Senate last month was the workers and the working neighborhoods in the United States rising up and saying no more. We are not going to pay the costs of Mexico's mismanagement of their economy. You're not going to be able to offload forever.
Mexico's President Felipe Calderón has recently instituted new anti-poverty programs, but policy experts say until Mexico takes charge of its own future with structural changes, reforming its education system and ending corruption, Mexico will continue to be a divided country.
We see the images of poverty in Mexico, but the truth is Mexico has more billionaires than Switzerland, according to Forbes magazine. Policy analysts say with the natural resources and wealth in Mexico, its leaders can do a lot more to create opportunities within Mexico, ending the incentive for its citizens to come to the United States illegally. Kitty?
Very eye-opening report. Thanks very much, Lisa Sylvester.